Hello, everyone. Something that I wanted to talk about uh, is that I don't believe the world is as dangerous as people seem. You know, uh, I don't know about you. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was the same for everyone. But growing up, I always heard about this idea of stranger danger, and um, it really just sort of gave me and probably all of you the idea that the world is dangerous. And this this idea, unironically, as we grow up and we still have the same notion in our minds, this actually leads to all of us becoming a lot more like hermits, and a lot more introverted. And overall, it just overall makes it harder for people to make new friends. And to be honest, you know if you really think about it, if everyone thinks that the world is dangerous, and if everyone is scared, then the people walking around you in the street, they're not really, obviously, they're going to keep to themselves. And when they keep to themselves, they obviously have no plans of causing any any harm to anybody, or really just sort of make anybody uncomfortable. And that ironically makes the world, I'm saying the world, that's such like a, I feel like I'm being so grandiose when I say that, but it really just makes, I guess, the world, for this example, it makes the world just more safer in that case. I guess a prime subject, or no, not a, I guess a prime suspect in this whole notion of stranger danger would be homeless people, right? Because they're always on the street, and it always just seems to people like, especially, older people, like our, like, parents, that they are the prime suspects of stranger danger. And those are the people that they are indirectly talking about. But from what I've seen in my own personal experience, homeless people don't really seek to cause any harm. Like, I know there are outliers, and there are exceptions, but most homeless people, at least to me, most homeless people, they are homeless by choice. Like, it seems like they're homeless because they want to be, and they're happy with it. And obviously, if they're happy being homeless, if they're happy, living this sort of lifestyle, you know, it wouldn't really make sense for these homeless people to cause any harm to anybody. So, yeah, that's that's something that I've been thinking about. Also, another thing is, you always hear these stories, especially on the news, about like some very like crazy things happening. But it's often the news, from how I believe it to be. The news will like take a very small story, or take something very small, and then stretch it, like blow it out of proportion. And for obviously for views, and obviously to for it to I guess garner more attention. And something that I've heard before, that was really interesting to me, was was this phrase: "If it bleeds, it leads." And I was like, huh, that is pretty true. That's very true. And I guess one thing that you could say that really does make like the world dangerous is like, what's it called? You know, modern, social media challenges, where like people will go up to other random people and just start start either doing something or saying something that causes a scene, or might actually perhaps cause like some harm to somebody. But it's like those things are you know those things are, they're not rare, but it's like they hardly happen. It's not like you walk outside and and uh and the streets look like I don't know, like the streets just look utterly chaotic. But yeah, that was just something that I wanted to talk about. Uh and I guess that's it for now. Thank you for watching.